Hey guys, Atari 8-Bit Game Hunter. I got a lot of stuff in my pickup video today. First up is a whole bunch of Atari 2600 games. I got a bunch on eBay, on Craigslist for about 25 cents a piece. Great price, even with shipping. I was able to do something with them. But out of the 200 and somewhat games I picked up out of the group lot, about 60 of them made it into my personal collection. And we'll start off with Indy 500. The text label is complete. Pele Soccer, which was later re-released as Championship Soccer, so getting the picture label is always nice. Basic Programming. Football. Missile Command. Now, I know I have Missile Command, but the top label and end label are both capital letters, so it's a letter label variation. Some of them are lowercase, some of them are a mix between lower and uppercase. That one is full uppercase. Real Sports Baseball. This one is an 87, copyright. I know, I think I take it a little too far sometimes. I'm sure my girlfriend feels that way sometimes when she sees all the games I pick up. Video Chess, picture label. Video Pinball, capital upper one, capital N label. Another Video Pinball with the capital face label. And a lowercase N label. So that's what I was talking about when I said different types of N labels and top labels and everything. Blackjack. This is the 1977 release, so this would have came with a clamshell game box. Casino. Text yellow label. Vanguard. Ni 1983 Jungle Hunt. I picked up Codebreaker, picture label. Kangaroo. Pole Position with the misspelled N label. Smurfs. Zaxxon, which is a great game on the 8-bit. It's a great game for the 2600, so if you get a chance to pick it up, I would definitely recommend it. Gyrus. Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Now, people would think this is Star Wars would be worth a lot of money, but I think it's worth like $4 or $5 only. Space Cavern by Apollo. Checkers by Activision. And then from there I go into a whole bunch of Sears brand games, which are pretty much the Atari games by Atari Inc., but they were re-released by the Sears when Sears came out with this video arcade. The first one, Breakaway 4, Football, Canyon Bomber, Arcade Golf, Baseball, Warlords. Now we move into a few picture label games. I got Submarine Commander, Maze Mania, Stellar Track, which was only released on the Sears brand, not the Atari 2600 Atari Inc. brand. Othello, Star Raiders. Now, the games that you know are very common on the Atari brand are pretty common on the Sears brand, but since Sears released them and they're a little bit more difficult to find, they hold a little bit of value, not a whole lot, but it's a little bit more than what you would find if you were looking for the common Atari 2600 Atari brand. blackjack. I tell you, I've been collecting for many years. I have never seen this one in person, so to come across a picture label blackjack, pretty cool. Picked up Tank Plus, Poker Plus, Brain Games, and a 9000 series baseball. Now the only difference between a 9000 and a 75,000 series is simply just the serial number. One they start with a 497, the other one is a 699. I don't know why they did it that way, but it's more of a label variation than anything else. No one really follows them otherwise. But I like to collect all different variations and stuff, so keeps me out of trouble. By Dynacom Enduro. I'm moving now into the whole Brazilian, South American Atari 2600 games. And on this one, it gives you a little description on the back. Pretty much what it's a little bit about. This one's by Dactar. Pretty big in Brazil for it's coming up with multi-games, 2-in-1s, 4-in-1s, 8-in-1s. And this one is going to be Commando Raid. So this one actually is a single. Haven't tried this one out to figure out what it is, but it just says Robbie, and then in the little orange it says Game. And it's the same on the back. So I have to plug that one in later and find out what that is. This one says Dismac Video Game. I guess that's the company. And then on the back of it, I'm assuming this is some type of alien game. My Spanish is all not that good. A 2-in-1 of tennis and basketball. This is going to be one of those mystery ones because the label's been torn off. But if you look at the top, it looks like Shooting Gallery and River Raid. Because River Raid, I'm going to be impressed with that one, I think. Polyvox is the Atari Inc. brand over in South America. This one's Galaxian. A quick tidbit is they did Parker Brothers games this way too. I believe Froggy came out on Polyvox. Mega Mania, some of the Activision titles came out that way. So I guess they got re-released on the licensing of the other company through Polyvox Atari. Renacom, basketball. I thought Atari Mania, and they did not have this in their Renacom brand list, so I emailed them about that to see if they'd be interested in a picture of that for their collection. Here's a 4-in-1. Let's see. Tennis, freeway boxing. The label is shut, but still kind of cool to see these 4-in-1s with the different switches on them to set it to what you want to play. Pretty cool. And here's a CGC 2-in-1 of Sequest and Atlantis with a little switch at the top to go between Game 1 and Game 2. I love seeing stuff like that. Some Intellivision games complete in the box. Another Sea Battle for me. But it is complete with the manuals, the cards, the games. NBA basketball, which I was playing at the ambulance building this past weekend, and the girl I ride with and me couldn't figure out how to get that game to work. We kept shooting and it bouncing off the rim. Donkey Kong, which I love finding Donkey Kong games, especially for the Intellivision. The box was ripped off of it, but I don't know, something about finding Donkey Kong in the wild like this, it just gives you a real flashback to the 80s. For some reason, compared to what they come out with for the Intellivision or whatever, it gives you more of an arcadey feel to it, which I love. So we picked that up. And Royal Dealer. Once again, it's complete in the box. Has the little cards inlets for the controller, which I always like to see. Okay, where do I even want to attempt to go from here? Went to Toy Con with my girlfriend on Saturday, And for the most part, it was not what I was expecting, but yet in a way it was. 90% toys, 10% comics and video games. I can't speak too much for the toy end of it as far as the pricing, but for the most part on video games, they were off the hook. I mean, eBay plus 10%, eBay plus 20%. There was a guy with a loose Nintendo in the box wanting $400 just because it was in the box and he said it was rare. I can't think of under any circumstances a sideload Nintendo's going to be worth $400, maybe sealed if someone really wants one. But I did manage to pick up 2 little items. My girlfriend picked up a couple of Mario figurines for $2 a piece. But I picked up a little Pac-Man bank. Pretty much you just hit the little, it opens up and eats the coin. Didn't have the plug at the bottom for the bank, but it's pretty cool. I've never seen one of them before. And it kind of looks a little like the Hamburglar with the black around the eyes like that. Maybe it's me. And a little Pac-Man tabletop, made by Tommy in 1980. It does have the back cover, and I know you're not going to be able to see too well, but the battery compartment is quite clean. There's no corrosion of batteries left in there since the 1980s. And I'll be firing this one up this weekend, or Monday. That's a little clean unit for $10. I don't see them all that often. And usually when I see tabletops, they're usually going for $50, $60 or more. Let's see. From Digital Press, from the NAVA convention, I picked up a couple of VHS tapes. 2 of the game players. This is volume 1. Yeah, volume 1, number 1. This one has in it Double Dragon, Bionic Commander, Wizards and Warriors, Minions Secret Castle, and Robo Warrior. Nice shape. Volume 1, number 8. Now I don't have a VCR to play these on, but they looked interesting. This one has RoboCop, Double Dragon 2, Adventures of Dinky, Three Stooges. So I mean, that's pretty cool. And unopened, a secret video game. Tricks, codes, and strategies for the Nintendo, with the old school Best Buy logo on it, with the price tag. But if you look at the back of it, it's sealed unopened. Each one of these was $2 a piece, so I figured for $2 a piece, I could add these to my Nintendo 64 VHS previews VHS tapes. Add those to the collection. For $5 each, I picked up for the 8-bit. This one is Armor Assault. It's a disc game, and also Twerps for the Atari 8-bit as a disc. Not overly a big fan of disc games because of the disc drive and setting it all up, but I'm starting to get into it a little bit more now that I got my 810 up and running. More toy con things, believe it or not. I forgot to even pick these up. I had a guy there selling video games, PS2, Xbox, PS1. $5 each, or 3 for $10. 3 for $10, I picked up Jack 2, Activision Anthology, and Soul Calibur 2, which is one of my most favorite Soul Calibur games. But all 3 of them for $10, I think that was a very good deal. It's going to bring me a lot of fun and as time goes on. Back to that Craigslist deal I was telling you guys about. I also picked up, these, like I said, these all ended up being 25 cents. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons for the Intellivision. A sealed in the box Robot Tank by Activision. Unopened. I'm never going to open that one. Microsurgeon for the Intellivision by iMagic. Box is a little beat up, but Championship Tennis. I looked this one up on price charting, and they said it was $29 for that particular game, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. I picked up Burger Time. free extension cord. Gotta love that. Even if you want to call that 25 cents, that was a pretty good deal. The other things I picked up from that Craigslist lot was a bunch of 7800 games, an 86 release asteroids, and most of these are either I didn't have them or just the copyright year was different. 87 asteroids and 88 asteroids. Dig Dug, 87 Dig Dug, 86 Gallagher, 87 Gallagher, but it's beat the hell, so we'll look to update that as time goes on. 86 Pole Position, Robotron 2084, which I heard was a good game, so I'm going to give that one an honest chance when I get time. Xevious, or Xevious, and Baseball, Real Sports Baseball. So we'll give those a chance this coming week. Toy-Con also produced for me the new Mario Brothers Band-Aids, unopened. The thing I've noticed about going to game cons like toy cons like this is the big stuff like the Nintendo systems, the games, anything comic related like Batman, Superman is going to be overpriced, hyped up. But these little smalls you can usually find for $1 or $2. This one ran me $1. So I mean, there are good things to find when you're out at the toy cons and everything. Just don't write them off as oh, this is just toys and comics, I'm not going to find video games. You'd be surprised what you can find. From NAVA, just bouncing around today, a packet of Atari discs. I got these from a guy named Mickey for free. Thank you, Mickey. From my buddy John, who does a whole bunch of Atari 8-bit stuff. Outside of me, I think he does just as much as me, if not more. He's been doing it longer than me, so he definitely has a lot more. Donkey Kong for the Atari 8-bit, but this is the final version of the game. It has the regular release chips inside, not the EEPROMs. But he said this was picked up. Atari sent him out to deal with, I guess, for promotional purposes. And I figured, you know what? For $30, I'll add this to my collection. I'm not going to get into this too much, but I picked up at the charity auction a mystery box. All the proceeds of this mystery box ended up going to the Video Game Museum, and they're working on setting that up right now, I believe, so I have no problem doing the mystery box and see what I can get out of it. For this box ran me $75. Some boxes are better than others. This one wasn't as great, but like I said, everything goes to the Video Game Museum at the end for the proceeds, and everybody wins, so one of those, even if you don't win, you end up winning. And I got my Dragon Boy, the little handheld. I'm not going to take it out of the box, but that is what it looks like. Exciting, exciting. This is the We Love Golf Capcom pencil holder, which also doubles to look like a rubber hot dog or a golf bag, which I think they were really going for at the time. A little bit more than a rubber hot dog. A CGE 2007 shot glass. Once again, I'm starting to get into the smalls a little bit after buying all those systems like I've been doing lately. Believe it or not, I'm down to about 10, I think, 10 or 11 systems I really want for my collection. So hopefully we'll get that by the end of the year or early next year. Another pack of Atari 8-bit 5.25-inch discs, unopened. We'll add that to the original pack. A little EB box, and it had a little Princess Leia pewter disc figurine. So I got this little pewter figurine. The digital press, first 50 issues, and they go over all the different issues that were released. Pretty cool. A little DVD of CGE 2007 from Las Vegas. I finally get to see what CGE is like because I want to go this year, but I don't think I'm going to get there this year. So that's probably going to be one more year. 2015 I'll get out there. I hope. Outside of that, it's just my the second half of that Intellivision lot I told everybody about. And let me just run through that real quick. I picked up Completing the Box, Intellivision 2. The second computer module, this one's going out to one of the guys who do the podcast for the Intellivision. So he'll enjoy this definitely. I think he said he was the last one to pick it up, so he'll enjoy that. A pair of Witco controllers completing the box. The bolt's going to end up going up for sale because I have 2 or 3 of these already. So, complete in the box, Intellivision 1. So I have 1 and 2 complete in the box. A couple weeks ago you saw me show you guys the third one, the Model 3, and the CS Super Arcade. So, I think for the most part I have Intellivision myself out hardware-wise about as far as anybody can go with it. Let's see. Intellivision system changer to play Atari 2600 games on it. Completing the box, it does work beautifully. My IntelliVoice voice synthesizer module. Completing the box. At NAVA, this was my charity item for the auction that they do. We got $10 for this one. So, nice little pickup for somebody at NAVA. And finally, the last 2 items. 2 of the Atari Intellivision 2 hand controllers. Completing the box. And that was the weird thing about this garage sale. They say when you go there, if you don't see any video game around there, just ask about it because you never know what you may come across. Honestly, I wasn't even looking for this garage sale. I was going back to the ambulance building, and I guess I was daydreaming and I missed the turn for the street I needed to go down. So I went a couple of blocks down, and lo and behold, a garage sale. Didn't see no video games. I just asked, do you have anything old school, Atari, Coleco? Shaking his head no. Said the word Intellivision, and the light bulb went on. And say, oh yeah, I got some stuff. I got tons of stuff. Hold on, let me go bring out this giant tote. Little did I know, he came out with a 33 gallon tote full of Intellivision stuff. And lo and behold, now I own it. So, I did move some of the stuff. Most of this will end up in my collection now. My girlfriend's going to be thrilled beyond belief, let me tell you, that I'm going to have more games now in it. Not really, but she's supportive, so what more can I ask for? And that's about it for this week. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think, what you want to see, what you don't want to see. In the link below, I started on Facebook an Atari 8-bit Game Hunter page. There's a little sneak preview of what's coming out on these videos, different discussion questions to bring up, and different things. So feel free to check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. Hope you guys will take a moment, check it out. I'm also putting a little bit of gameplay video on there too, so some of it will be what you'll see on my YouTube page. Some of it might just be exclusive to the Facebook page. So feel free to check that out. Alright, so until next time guys, be safe out there, game on and rock on. Catch you later.